all my fight fans? So, there's been a lot of talks regarding UFC 282, if I am correct, that Jon Jones will be facing Stipe for the interim heavyweight championship of the world. Now, if this is true, that is one hell of a fight. One hell of a fight. Personally, I actually prefer that fight over Francis. And here's my reason why. Stipe, to me, aside from having the power and such like that, not having the power, I should say, like Francis does, we all know Francis is by far the hardest hitting puncher in the world. And that I feel like that's even including the heavyweights in boxing. This guy literally hits harder than anybody. Anybody. But as far as Stipe goes, I believe Stipe's way more technical and and does have a higher caliber of wrestling and has a higher caliber of actual striking. He doesn't have that power that Francis does, so he does able to utilize some of his striking. So now the big question is, how is Jon Jones going to do at heavyweight? I really feel like everyone's just giving him this favorite, and him being one of the greatest of all time, not the greatest in my opinion. George St. Pierre holds that title, all due to the fact that has tested positive for steroids. It's unfortunate because I always felt like Jon Jones never needed steroids. I always felt like Jon Jones' skills alone could have definitely made him the best ever. And in some ways it has. But nonetheless, so Jon Jones is moving up into a new weight class, a new area. And now it's important to see, how does he do? How does he do? How does he now face bigger opponents? And I know what a lot of people are saying, well, he spars with this and that. He's sparred with bigger guys. He's been able to handle some bigger guys, and DC was a heavyweight. Let's face facts, DC wasn't the biggest heavyweight, and DC wasn't the hardest hitting heavyweight. Still very, very, very tough heavyweight. DC, probably one of the greatest of all time in heavyweight as well. But I wouldn't put DC above Stipe or Francis or any of these other top level guys. But nonetheless, this is at a different weight class. DC versus Jon Jones at heavyweight, that would definitely be interesting. I know DC has that talk about potentially coming back, and that would definitely be very, very interesting if that were to take place. But nonetheless, we got Jon Jones up a weight class at heavyweight. He is now going to face a bigger guy. He's going to feel the power of facing bigger men, the strength, the when it comes to getting hit, it just, everything is going to just be that much more harder, that much more stronger. He's used to the light heavyweights, who are two bigger men as well, but definitely do not hit like heavyweights do. You can't put another person on that level at light heavyweight that would hit as hard as Francis or as Derek Lewis, or as strong, as Francis again, as technical as Cyril Gahn. It's just a totally, totally different world. You guys got 205 pounders that Jon Jones is used to, and some of them have cut weight probably around, they're walking around 225. These guys are cutting down to make the limit of 265, and some of them are walking around at probably 285, 290, almost 300 pounds, that they rehydrate to. So this is a different world. Like I said, can Jon Jones withstand that? And not just all can he withstand it, can he be able to utilize all this new weight that he added on? Jon Jones took almost 3 years away from the UFC to pack on all this muscle, to pack on all this weight. Is that going to make him better, or is that going to make him worse? Is that going to make him much more slower? Is he going to be not as quick on it with his hands, not as quick with his feet, not as sharp with his legs, his kicks, his elbows? That's a big question right there. So I can't necessarily say that he's in favor. I would actually have to give the favor to Stipe, because Stipe has never fought anybody lower. He did fight DC, and DC did beat him, but then he rematched DC and beat him twice. So but it was still both at heavyweight. If DC were to go in there as a light heavyweight, whoa, different story. You know, that's just, you're looking at a good probably 40, 50 pound weight difference. But it didn't. It was both at heavyweight. And so Stipe has had all this time getting used to getting hit and feeling the power and knowing what it takes to take down a bigger man. You know, like, you look at Stipe's resume. The guy's literally fought the who's who. He fought Junior Dos Santos, Fabricio Werdum, Mark Hunt, Roy Nelson, you know, Francis Ngannou twice, DC 3 times. So the guy has a great resume, a really great resume. Even Alistair Overeem, and he's finished a lot of these, you know, legendary heavyweight fighters. So Stipe has what it takes to even stop Jon Jones, not just beat him. Right now, the big question is, how can Jon Jones uh, be able to go in there and match his skill for skill with Stipe at a new weight class, at a new weight division? If Jon Jones comes in and nothing changes, everything stays the exact same as he did when he was fighting at light heavyweight, 100% he should be able to steamroll every single person in the heavyweight division. That's including Stipe, that's including Francis Ngannou. But now it's all about, can his chin hold up against heavyweights? Is he able to take down these much bigger men who are also good wrestlers as well? Is he able to hit some of these guys, and is it going to affect them and phase them? You know, or is he going to get tired from all this extra muscle mass that he has and never facing, never facing a true heavyweight? Or, all this time away, is that going to even play a factor to him? Because two almost 3 years away, we saw what happened with Luke Rockhold. He's been gone for like 2 or 3 years, 3 years as a matter of fact, I think. And we saw how that went. It's no joke. Ring rust is no joke. Of course, if he's been training, he's been staying sharp, but being in that octagon, being in that cage, live and on pay-per-view in front of everybody, having all that pressure added onto you, it's a lot different than training. And I'm just waiting to see it, and I actually cannot wait to see it, and I really hope it does happen. UFC 282, Stipe versus Jon Jones for the interim heavyweight championship. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about what you think Jon Jones is going to do, how he's going to do, how Stipe is going to do. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.